think I'm gonna need some snow pants today. You can see I just finished up the parking area. I've got the entrance done before I start heading up the driveway and down the concession to meet up with Guy. But I wanted to answer the questions because I had so many of them on the last video regarding how I handle this snowstorm. So first we look at the weather and we look at the type of snow. Let's take a look. So if you remember, the big storm that they were warning us for days was going to be 2 to 3 feet. We didn't get the 2 to 3 feet, but assuming we've got at least 10 to 12 inches here, at least that. First thing I do is I look at the weather forecast itself, and of course, as you know, it always changes. So it was just supposed to be 2 to 3 feet of snow, negative temperatures. Now apparently, as you can see, earlier this morning when I started, it was snowing pretty heavy and now it's stopped. They're now saying that it's going to stop, but it's going to be freezing rain later this afternoon because the temperatures are now going to warm up to around freezing, -1. So now I know in my head I've got wet rain coming, and of course freezing rain. So before I decide how I would handle it if we did actually were getting the 2 to 3 feet, I would do it in parts. I'd probably make 2 passes, which is what we planned on doing this morning when I talked to Guy. First thing I want to do is I want to check the snow. Let's take a look at it. This snow is pretty fluffy. It's almost kind of crystalline-like, but the important part is that it's really fluffy and it's not wet. So I know it's going to blow really easily, but in all fairness, I would never wait for the 2 to 3 feet because although I love that tractor, if I fill the mouth of that blower with 2 feet of snow for 1.25 kilometers all the way up to the concession, it's going to be a slow crawl all the way up the driveway. So I'm going to want to take it in smaller bites, so to speak. And now that I know that it's supposed to be freezing rain later tonight, and we've still got more precipitation coming, that means I will not blade anything. I did have to blade by the porch because I just wanted to clear it out because I didn't want to shovel it by hand. But I wouldn't blade the driveway because I don't want to take it all the way down and then have freezing rain on top of it because I'll end up with an ice rink. I guess I should have left it a few more minutes. I'm all fogged up in there. It'll take a minute or two. The second reason I want to get at it right away this morning is because it's fluffy and crystalline. It's not wet, so it's going to blow easy. If I wait until it starts to rain later, then I'm going to end up trying to blow wet snow, and that's always a little more difficult or a little slower. So that's kind of how I do it myself. There's no sense running the tractor down and crawling along at 1 kilometer an hour all the way up, trying to blow out 2 or 3 feet of snow at once. So this way I could take it in 2 quick passes. We've got a couple of driveways to do again, so I'm hoping that we'll catch up with Guy down the Concession Road about 2 miles, and we'll see him today as well. I hope that answers the questions. Thanks so much for sticking around. Let me fire it up, grab my one camera, and we're gonna head off down to the Concession Road. Thanks a lot, folks. want to take a quick time out here, and I wanted to send a big thank you to all of you folks. I appreciate all the comments and suggestions and advice as it pertains to what I should do for storage options on this tractor, whether it's for my tools or for, of course, all of my camera equipment. I got some great ideas from you folks, and I really appreciate it. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I just want to think through it a little bit before I do anything. But I do appreciate it. Thanks a million. Cavalry arrived. Update on these isotunes I mentioned to you folks about a month and a half ago. This is the Aware 2.0. These are great. I love my old orange ones, but the battery life on these new 2.0s far longer, and I mean far longer, noticeable than on the first version I had.